Evening, everyone. I think this is the last session of the day, and maybe some of you would be tired. And the session is on the fitness, resilience, and the safety. So before we start the session on fitness, let's do small warm up. ठीक है, हम सभी से रिक्वेस्ट है कि वो अपनी जगह पे खड़े हो जाएं, जहाँ पर भी सब लोग खड़े हैं. हम सारे पैनलिस्ट में से एक हम एक स्टेप करेंगे, एंड देन आपको रिपीट करनी है, देन चेंज करते रहेंगे.
तो कैन वी हैव लाइट्स इन ऑडिटोरियम प्लीज? हमें दिख नहीं रहा कौन एक्सरसाइज कर रहा है कौन नहीं कर रहा.
ठीक है, तो टू स्टार्ट विद द क्लाइंबर्स क्लैप. आई विल ब्रेथ. आपको दोनों हाथ ऊपर करने और क्लैप करना है फॉर द 10 सेकंड. इसका तेज Thank you. Keval, over to you.
So put your wrist ahead and do the wrist rotation. So first हम करेंगे clockwise. 5 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Both the hands. 5. Then anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
I think we should do the shoulder rotation next.
Okay.
So I'll give you the count. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
That's it. We'll do the waist rotation now. Okay. So नीचे आना था waist में. First clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. अनुराग हम ऊपर से नीचे आ रहे हैं. तो अब legs पे आ जाओ. We have to move our legs. Balance. Not holding each other. Okay. Now anti-clockwise. Okay.
Okay, I think everyone have enough fitness, so just do body turning to flexible. Thank you, Hemantana. Thank you.
Give a big round of applause for yourself.
That was a good one.
Thank you for being a lovely audience. So I think fitness is not just for the mountaineers, but it's for every human being. We, as a human being, when we come into this earth, like it's not just about a human being, every animal on this planet, they have to do a workout. Like शेर होता है तो उसको भागना ही है, राइट? ऑल द एनिमल्स, एवरी वन ऑफ अस हैज़ टू, फिटनेस हैज़ टू बी पार्ट ऑफ द लाइफ. एंड जो अभी हम जो वर्कआउट्स कर रहे थे माउंटेनियरिंग में बहुत बार करते हैं, जब हम पहाड़ भी चढ़ रहे होते हैं, 8000 मीटर पे ट्रैफिक जाम में फंस गए, या फिर रूट ओपन करने का वेट कर रहे हैं, ठंड लगती रहती है, तो कोशिश करते हैं अपने हाथ पर हिलाते रहे, है ना? तो केवल आपसे स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं, केवल आपसे स्टार्ट करते हैं. जब आप एवरेस्ट और लोस से आप क्लाइम जब कर रहे थे, तो मे बी आप थोड़ा सा बताइए कि आपने जो एवरेस्ट लोस से आपने एक सिंगल पुश में किया, थोड़ा सा उसके बारे में भी बताइए. और साथ में जो आप ऐसा कभी कुछ मोमेंट आया होगा जहाँ पर आप ट्रैफिक में फंसे होंगे, या फिर तब आपने इस तरह का कुछ मूवमेंट्स भी किया होगा, तो मे बी यू कैन थ्रो लाइट ऑन इट.
So when I started mountaineering, it was an aim to do something different and to raise the bar high. So I did some research and मुझे पता चला कि no Indian has done Everest and Lhotse together. And I thought, oh, this sounds like a very good challenge. Previously, I had climbed Mount Choyu, which is the world's 6th highest mountain. I had climbed it solo, without any Sherpa support, on my own. And before that, I have climbed Mount Stokangri in winters. So that was again challenging. When I decided to take this challenge, the most important thing was to push the level of fitness. बिकॉज हर माउंटेन का एक रिक्वायरमेंट होता है, वो रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से अगर आप वर्कआउट करोगे, फॉर एग्जांपल कोई माउंटेन के लिए 4 घंटे वर्कआउट करना पड़ता है, कोई के लिए 6 और कोई के लिए 7. तो जैसे जैसे आपका एंड्योरेंस बढ़ेगा, आपका वर्कआउट रिजीम बढ़ेगा, योर बॉडी विल स्टार्ट बिहेविंग डिफरेंटली एंड विल बी गेटिंग मोर स्ट्रॉन्गर एंड स्ट्रॉन्गर. सो व्हेन आई डिड एवरेस्ट, आई वेंट विद द प्रिंसिपल 1 स्टेप एट अ टाइम. सो मैंने परमिट निकाल लिया एवरेस्ट का, लोत्से का, ताकि वापस ना आना पड़े. सो मैंने लेकिन मेरे दाई को बोला कि पहले हम एवरेस्ट क्लाइम करेंगे, एवरेस्ट से नीचे आते आते हम डिसाइड करेंगे, अगर मेरे को सही लग रहा है तो हम लोत्से की तरफ जाएंगे, और अगर नहीं लग रहा है कि नहीं सही नहीं है या वेदर कंडीशन अलाउ नहीं कर रही है, देन वी विल स्टेप आउट एंड विल कम बैक टू बेस कैंप एंड देन वी विल सी व्हाट टू बी डन नेक्स्ट. सो आई वेंट टू क्लाइम एवरेस्ट एंड I was really lucky because only 50 climbers decided to summit that day. That was on the 16th of May 2019. And we submitted Everest. While coming down, मैंने देखा कि एक climber was struggling. He was unconscious. Just triangular phase के थोड़ा आगे, so जो हमारा Camp 4 लगता है उसे थोड़ा पहले. So he was not responding much, and उसका oxygen drop हो गया था. So I helped him, and he was an Indian but staying abroad, overseas. And फिर मैं Camp 4 गया, oxygen bottle लेके आया उसके लिए, उसको help किया. We got him down to Camp 2. I went back to Camp 2, and the weather went bad for 2 days. So 2 दिन तक snowfall हो रही थी, and हम लोग Camp 2 पे थे, where I met Sharad sir and ma'am Anjali ma'am were there, so we had some time there. And वो time पे again I started stretching my body because I already I've climbed Everest and come down. And then I decided now I'm feeling much better because of the stretching and being active. I did not lie down in the tent or did not let my body rest. It could go in the sleep mode. And then from there, early morning 5:30 I started. I went to Camp 4 directly of Lhotse. Next day morning 6:30 I summited Lhotse, and evening 6:30 I was back at Camp 1. So I think that really helped me a lot, and it increased my endurance and it increased my mental state where I could be confident to do such an endeavor. And then I got like the best day of my life was when I returned back to base camp. Brigadier Ashok Abe sir, he's a well-decorated mountaineer, and he has led lots of expeditions, and his appreciation. So he just gave me a salute, and the whole NSG team gave me a salute because it was his dream that somebody achieves it, and I had done then, being the first Indian. So that was like a best moment of my life.
Thanks Keval for sharing it. So as he was mentioning कि जब वो अपना एवरेस्ट करके आ रहे थे और उनको फिर लोत्से के लिए निकलना था, I think आपने भी एवरेस्ट लोत्से you have done it twice in the same season. तो आप उस पे और like what in your experience what was the biggest challenge for you?
Yeah, we did Everest Lhotse twice last year. पिछले साल हम लोगों ने किया था. तो वो पहले से हमने प्लान किया हुआ था कि हम ये करने वाले हैं, अटेम्प्ट करने वाले हैं. बट उससे पहले हम लोग धौलागिरी करने गए थे, तो धौलागिरी समिट नहीं हुआ था. हम लोग 40 दिन वहाँ पे थे, तो बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम वेस्ट हो गया था. तो जब मैं वहाँ पहुँचा था एवरेस्ट पे, तो उससे पहले 20 दिन हो चुके थे जब मैं 6000 मीटर टच किया था. तो एक्लेमेटाइजेशन थोड़ा ख़राब था उस समय, बट टाइम नहीं था. सो वी जस्ट हमने कहा कि डिसाइड किया था चलेंगे. एंड वाइल आई वाज गोइंग अप, आई हैड डायरिया ऑन कैंप 4, एवरेस्ट कैंप 4 पे. एंड एक्चुअली ये प्रोजेक्ट मेरा थॉट नहीं था, किसी मेरे फ्रेंड का था. एंड माई फ्रेंड हैड लॉट ऑफ होप विद मी. तो आई वाज कि नहीं, ये होना तो है ही, लाइक आई विल डू इट. तो वहाँ से फिर हमारा जर्नी चालू हुआ, एंड द स्ट्रगल ऑल्सो बिगैन. वही डायरिया में एवरेस्ट किया. रीना वॉज विद मी दैट टाइम. देन वी सबमिटेड लोत्से टुगेदर, रीना एंड मी. एंड उसके बाद बाय द टाइम मैं नीचे आया, क्योंकि बेस कैंप आने के बाद दोबारा जाना था. तो बाय द टाइम आई रीच्ड कैंप 2, बॉडी वॉज कम्प्लीटली शट डाउन. तो वहाँ पे मुझे 2 घंटा रेस्ट करना पड़ा, डिहाइड्रेट करना पड़ा बहुत ज़्यादा. एंड जब तक मैं बेस कैंप पहुँचा तो इट वाज डन. मतलब रीना एंड माय अदर फ्रेंड भरत दे टू वेदर, उन्होंने खाना वाना खिलाया. बॉडी फुल डिहाइड्रेटेड थी. दे अप्लाइड सम ऑयल लेग्स, एंड एवरीबडी वाज थॉट दैट द एक्सपीडिशन इज़ ओवर. तो फिर हम लोगों ने कहा कि नहीं, हम लोग 2 दिन रेस्ट करेंगे एंड आई विल गो अप अगेन. एंड इतना ज़्यादा एप्रीहेंशन था एजेंसी में कि वो लोग रेडी नहीं थे. एंड दे सेड कि नहीं, आप एक रेस्क्यू स्पेशलिस्ट लेके जाओ अपने साथ. एंड इवन दो माय फ्रेंड एंड मी, वी न्यू कि हम लोग करेंगे, बट तो वो डायरिया की वजह से बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज बन गया था. और सेकेंड टाइम जब हम लोग गए थे तो काफ़ी अच्छा फील हुआ बॉडी को, क्योंकि बॉडी अब एक्लेमेटाइज थी बहुत ज़्यादा. सो आई वॉज वेरी फास्ट उस समय. बट उस समय क्या हुआ था लोत्से में, स्पेशली दैट लोत्से क्यों चैलेंज बन गया, क्योंकि वेदर तो ठीक था, बट हम लोग अपनी पानी की बॉटल्स एवरेस्ट कैंप 4 पे भूल गए थे. आई मीन वी आर लाइक सो यू कैन से कॉन्फिडेंट कि हो ही गया है. मतलब हम लोगों ने एवरेस्ट लोत्से कर लिया है, ऊपर जाके एक बार एवरेस्ट भी कर लिया है, तो लोत्से मतलब वी आर थिंकिंग कि इट विल बी डन. सो इन दैट वी लेफ्ट ऑल अवर वाटर, समहाउ फॉरगॉट. और जाके जब ऊपर चले गए लोत्से में काफ़ी देर बाद, तब ध्यान जब प्यास लगी तो देखा कि पानी तो है ही नहीं हमारे पास. एंड या इट बिकेम अ वेरी बिग चैलेंज. मतलब वहाँ से फिर हमने पूरा लोत्से सबमिट किया. उसके बाद नीचे आए, लोत्से कैंप 4 पे एक दूसरा ग्रुप था, उन्होंने हमें पानी दिया था. तो यस, इट्स द फिटनेस दैट हेल्प मी. तो इसीलिए फिटनेस बहुत ज़रूरी है. फिटनेस इन माउंटेन्स इज़ नॉट जस्ट टू क्लाइंब, इट्स टू सर्वाइव. आपको जिंदा वापस आना है, वो सबसे बड़ा एम है. तो वहाँ मुझे लगता है कि फिटनेस हेल्प मी अ लॉट. without that fitness, it was impossible.
Thank you, Satyadeep. So, Bhushan taking over from me, he was like both of them were sharing their experience about acclimatization.
Yes.
So for the people around, like what acclimatization means, because ये word हम बहुत use करते हैं.
जी.
So acclimatization क्या होता है?
जी. So acclimatization एक ऐसा वर्ड है, ऐसी टर्मिनोलॉजी है जो माउंटेन में बहुत बार सुनी जाती है, अक्सर सुनी जाती है. Acclimatization का मतलब होता है अपने शरीर को जो वहाँ का एटमॉस्फेयर होता है, जहाँ पे ऑक्सीजन कम होता है, उस एटमॉस्फेयर में अपने शरीर को एडजस्ट करना. तो दैट एडजस्टमेंट जो शरीर अपने आप करता है, बट उसको आपको टाइम देना पड़ता है. दैट प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड एक्लिमेटाइजेशन. और ये सारे हाई माउंटेन्स में जब भी आप व्हेन यू स्टार्ट क्लाइंबिंग बियॉन्ड 10,000 फीट, मतलब जैसे लेह भी है, आप सबने लेह लद्दाख सुना होगा, तो लेह इज ऑल्सो अ प्लेस वेयर इफ यू आर नॉट प्रॉपरली एक्लिमेटाइज देन इट कैन बी फेटल ऑल्सो. मतलब जान भी जा सकती है अगर प्रॉपर एक्लिमेटाइजेशन नहीं है तो इसलिए क्या होता है, ये बड़े माउंटेन्स में जब बेस कैंप से मूवमेंट चालू होता है तो कभी भी बेस कैंप से स्टार्ट करके सीधा ऊपर तक नहीं पहुंचते. एक्लिमेटाइजेशन के लिए थोड़ा ऊपर जाना, फिर नीचे आना, फिर उससे थोड़ा और ऊपर चढ़ के वापस आना. जैसे सर ने कहा 6,000 मीटर तक उनका एक्लिमेटाइजेशन था, लेकिन जब वो बेस कैंप में आए एवरेस्ट के, उसमें 20 दिन बीत गए थे, तो बॉडी अपने आप वापस जो नीचे वाला एल्टीट्यूड है उसके लिए सेट हो गई थी. तो उसको वापस एक्लिमेटाइज करना मतलब अपने बॉडी के अंदर का जो मैकेनिज्म होता है, फिजियोलॉजी होती है, उसको टाइम देना पड़ता है. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड एक्लिमेटाइजेशन.
आपने जैसा पिछले पैनल में आप बता रहे थे कि 2013 में यू क्लाइम्ड एवरेस्ट एंड आई थिंक इन 19 यू वेंट टू कंचनजंगा अगेन. सो फॉर दोस 6 years हाउ यू वर एबल टू मेक योरसेल्फ अगेन लाइक बी माउंटेन फिट एंड फिर से कैसे रेडी किया?
करेक्ट. सो वेरी वैलिड क्वेश्चन. एंड मैं ये बताना चाहूँगा कि ये जो 6 साल बीच में थे, नहीं वो डबल इको आ रहा है ना उसका. हेलो या. सो ये जो 6 years थे बीच में, 2013 में आई क्लाइम्ड एवरेस्ट, बट आफ्टर दैट 6 साल कोई भी माउंटेन में नहीं गया था. सीधा 19 में माउंट कंचनजंगा विच इज अनदर 8,000 मीटर. तो उसमें अगेन जो सत्यदीप सर ने कहा वही फॉर्मूला था कि फिटनेस. तो उस 6 साल में मैंने रेगुलरली फिटनेस एक्टिविटी जो थी मेरी वो चालू रखी थी. आई केप्ट गोइंग ऑन लोकल ट्रैक्स, क्योंकि क्या है कि हर बार प्रैक्टिस के लिए ऐसा पॉसिबल नहीं है कि आप जाके 8,000 मीटर पे ही प्रैक्टिस करो. ये नहीं हो सकता, क्योंकि 8,000 मीटर में बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सपेंस होता है, बहुत ज़्यादा खर्चा होता है. तो आपको प्रैक्टिस जो करना है आपके लिए वो आपके लोकल ग्राउंड में ही प्रैक्टिस होगा. जैसे अभी पुणे इज सराउंडेड बाय हिल्स, सेम लाइक रांची इज ऑल्सो सराउंडेड बाय मेनी हिल्स. तो ईजी ये है कि आप एवरी वीकेंड या महीने में एक बार आप अपना एक फिटनेस रेजिम प्लान करो और उस हिसाब से आप चलते रहो. पीठ पे लोड लेके चलो, कंटिन्यूस 8 घंटे 10 घंटे 15 घंटे चलते रहो. दिस काइंड ऑफ फिटनेस अगर आप करोगे तो ही आपका माउंटेन में आप जब जाओगे तब आप सेफली रिटर्न आ पाओगे. और कंचनजंगा का खासियत यह है कि कंचनजंगा का समिट पुश, जितने भी लोगों ने कंचनजंगा क्लाइम किया उनको पता है, कंचनजंगा का समिट पुश इज द लॉन्गेस्ट समिट पुश. टेक्निकल भी है और सबसे लंबा भी चलता है, क्योंकि एवरेस्ट का जो समिट पुश है वो 7,900 मीटर से 8,800 मीटर तक है, मतलब लगभग 1,000 मीटर का है. लेकिन कंचनजंगा में द लास्ट कैंप इज एट 7,200-300 मीटर्स. तो वहां से लेके 8,500 मीटर, सो 1,100 to 1,200 मीटर्स का समिट पुश है. तो वो सबसे लंबा, एंड दैट इज टू इन द डेथ जोन, जहाँ पे ऑक्सीजन का मात्रा बहुत ही कम होता है. तो उसका प्रैक्टिस कहाँ करेंगे, क्योंकि डेथ जोन में कंटिन्यूस 20 to 25 आवर्स चलना पड़ता है. तो 20-25 आवर्स हिमालयस में चलने का प्रैक्टिस कहाँ करेंगे. तो इसलिए उस टाइम पे हमने क्या किया था कि हमारे यहाँ पे एक रेंज है, रेंज ट्रैक है, जिसको सिंहगढ़, राजगढ़, तोरना और रायगढ़ ऐसा रेंज है, जो कि 56 किलोमीटर्स हैं. इट इज गोइंग ऑन द टॉप ऑफ वन फोर्ट, देन अनदर हिल, देन अनदर हिल. ऐसे 56 किलोमीटर्स का ट्रैक है. तो वो 56 किलोमीटर्स का ट्रैक विद अ वेट ऑन बैक, कम से कम खाना और पानी लेके हमने 17 घंटे में कंप्लीट किया. तो जब हमने वो 17 घंटे में कंप्लीट किया तब हमें लगा कि यस, हम कंचनजंगा में भी ये सब कर सकते हैं. और उसका फायदा ये हुआ कि कंचनजंगा समिट अटेम्प्ट में हमारा जो सबसे पहला बंदा आया, ही कंप्लीटेड कंचनजंगा का समिट अटेम्प्ट इन 16 आवर्स एंड द मैक्सिमम टाइम वाज टेकन वाज 19 आवर्स. तो इतने अच्छे से वो सारे के सारे 10 out of 10 मेंबर्स सक्सेसफुली समिटेड कंचनजंगा एंड केम बैक टू बेस कैंप सेफली. तो ये फिटनेस का ही मेरे ख्याल से उसी के वजह से हो पाया.
थैंक्स भूषण, आपने बहुत अच्छी बात कही कि ट्रेनिंग करने के लिए कई बार हम सोचते हैं कि आपको पहाड़ में जाना पड़ेगा। आपके आसपास जहाँ पर भी आप रहते हैं, पास में कोई हिल है, अगर इवन आपके पास कोई स्टेडियम है उसमें सीढ़ियाँ होती हैं आपके, अगर आप हाई राइज बिल्डिंग में रहते हैं उसमें स्टेयर्स होती हैं, वहाँ पर भी आप क्लाइंब कर सकते हैं, बैक पैक ले सकते हैं और उस कंडीशन को सिमुलेट कर सकते हैं। बिकॉज इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल टू गो टू माउंटेन्स एवरी टाइम, क्योंकि आपको फिर उसके साथ में बहुत सारी चीज़ें इम्पैक्ट करती हैं। टू फॉलो विद यू अनमिश, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूँगा अगला क्वेश्चन। आई थिंक आप यू वर a karate player, right? You represent India and you have a gold medal in karate. So now how karate and then switch to mountaineering, and what were the elements of karate which are helping you in mountaineering? Because now it's a different sport.
Hi, thank you. Hi, myself Anmish Sharma. So I'm basically a world martial arts champion. I secured 3 gold medals for India. So the question is how my karate helped for mountaineering. Yeah, so usually I started my martial arts at the age of 9. So I'm continuously practicing. I'm the captain of Indian karate team. I became captain in 2014. From 2014 to 2023, I'm continuously representing India. So I was in the fitness, so I never left the fitness. For me, eating, sleeping, fitness, these 3 are common in my entire life and every day. So I never miss my fitness at all. So how it helped me in mountaineering? Usually I'm into fitness, but mountaineering, everyone needs that acclimatization, what they're discussing about. Everyone will not suit for mountains. Even I can run marathon for 100 kilometers, it's not like I can fit for mountaineering. It's completely different. It's a different stamina and it's a different mind game. So I thought like, I seen an article that someone climbed Everest and it's very risky, people will die in the mountain. So it triggered me and I decided like, so I want to prove that I can climb Everest. So it's not only physical thing, it's a mental thing. So how karate helped me is like, we do prayer bow, it's called meditation. Every martial artist will practice that. So we have that positive mindset, which helps to target manifesting the thing, like I get a gold medal for sure. Like I dream like I'm listening my national anthem and I got the gold medal. That like I'm manifesting the things to get a gold medal for India. So like that, when I was I don't have no idea about mountaineering, I decided I was the top of the world. So every day I'm dreaming, but later I got to know it was like 40 lakhs ka chota wo jane ke liye. So then I decided every year representing India, it costs like 3 lakhs to me. So getting 40 lakhs of fund is very difficult. So, but still I'm manifesting every day. Finally, I got an opportunity. So, I went to Everest in 2021, the second attempt. So, I am almost there at 86,000 meters. So, suddenly my Sherpa got fainted at 86. So, I don't know what to do, whether I can go. It's like 150 to 200 meters from there. I can see the summit, but I don't know what to do. I'm asking everyone to help me because he fainted, over bleeding from his mouth and nose. I don't know what to do, and I can smell that blood smell, and it's like vomiting sensation. I'm asking every Sherpa who's going to the top, please help me. We'll take him down, and everyone said, you just go down, leave him like that. And I'm asking my Sherpa, his name is Pasang, so we can try summit or let's go down. He said, I want to go down. So I carried his bag and we started going down. But I have that feeling that I was not summiting Everest. It's okay, but I'm saving a life and I'm saving this thing. Mountain will be there for sure. So I came down to 8,000 meters and I called to my agency that this guy is not feeling well. I left his bag. I tried to bring his bag, but it's not possible for me. So I left his bag at somewhere and I came with him. So they said, Anmish, are you okay going again? I said, I'm 100% okay, I can go for summit for again. So they sent another Sherpa again. It takes 2 hours to come again to the high camp, 8,000 meters. So I'm just saving my oxygen. I kept my oxygen aside and I don't know how the condition of my Sherpa. I'm going to everyone's tent. No one is coming out. At least they're not saying, yes, we are there in the tent. So my energy is running out. Again, I went to my tent and saving my energy. Finally, one Sherpa came and said, Anmish, are you ready to summit? And I said, okay. I don't know about the time and everything. I'm just wishing, I'm hoping to go to the top of the world. And he came and said, get ready, wear crampons, we are going to the summit. I wear crampons and I was ready, I'm ready with oxygen. Suddenly, there's a bad news that 2 people were dead in my team. So again, the Sherpa had to go to rescue. And they asked me to go down. So me and my Sherpa started going down. So suddenly the weather is so bad. We don't know. I'm not able to go for sure because I'm taking care of him and I can't take care of myself as well. We are at Camp 3 and we suddenly took one place and because there's no tents, nothing. So we stayed there and it's heavy winds, very bad weather, no satellite communication. Our satellite phone was got battery down. So no information to the camp. So they thought like we were dead and they passed the information that 2 clients were dead, the Sherpa and Anvi. So after when we are okay, we can see the sun, we started going to camp 2. After everyone seeing me so differently, that I was so fresh, they thought like I was dead and they have not expected that I'm coming down. So they see me and I immediately called to base camp and I said I was allowed, please don't pass this information to my house. Because they don't know, firstly, they don't know that I came to Everest. The first thing, I don't want to tell the information to them. I informed them and they said, okay, we are happy that you allow. So again, I went to base camp and asked my agency that I want to climb again. So it's a big discussion and finally they approved me. So again, I started going to the summit. We reached Camp 2. Again, the weather is worst. I'm with CAPF team, Central Police Forces, for Indian Army, CAPF, ITPP, everyone. They are 33 team and myself. We all are going together. At Camp 2, again, suddenly weather changed. We waited for day 1, day 2, day 3, no good weather. So the call of CAPF team is get down. So they asked me to come down. They said, I'm not going to come down because it's my own money. I want to climb Everest. I want to wait more days. And they're like a bit angry, but everyone went, myself and my Sherpa, and some teams are still at Camp 2. So we are still waiting, and day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, even my Sherpa came to my tent and said, Anmish, it's not going to happen. I climbed 9 times. His name is Themba. I climbed 9 times. I have not seen weather like this. So, and the day is, today is like 25, 26 that day. So May 25, 26, the end of the season, let's go down. And I said, no, I want to go for the summit because there's other guy called Nirmal Purja who did the 14 peaks. He's also just beside my tent. I said, if he's going, I'm going. If he's going down, then I'll come down. Otherwise, I'm going for the summit. So he's like, this guy is so crazy. And we waited 2 more days and we started our summit push at 31st May. And we submitted Everest at June 1st successfully in 2021. So the thing is like what I want to say, how my karate helped me because of the positive attitude. I saw many hurdles in this simple journey only for the Everest expedition. But I never gave up, I never lost my positivity and I pushed on myself and we submitted successfully at June 1st, 2021. Thank you.
Thanks, Anmish. So now the miracle man, Anurag. So I know Anurag Malu for a long time, I think almost 12 years now. We did some climbs together. And when he went to Annapurna, there was a news that he is missing. And then there was more, after maybe one day, there was more information that he went into the crevasse. And a lot of his friends, we were like they were calling, they were thinking how we can help. So, and even like my wife, she is also a good friend of him. She was also worried, and a lot of people were thinking that maybe Anurag will be, he will be found alive. A lot of people had that feeling. But I think me and maybe some of you would resonate, those who have been to mountains, that chances of survival are absolutely low. Like internally I felt like maybe we will not see him again. But it was difficult to say, but then after 3 days the news was there, Anurag has been found in the crevasse and he's alive. So like,
in spite, I mean, after going to Annapurna and seeing that terrain where he was into the crevasse, I was definitely like I would not say I was sure, but I was very worried about that because now at that place continuously avalanches, every second, hour or every day at least 2 or 3 avalanches fall on that place in that crevasse. And he was at that place. So we were really very worried.
So yes, I think 99% I thought like maybe, and there was only a 1%, and even lot of his friends, we were in common WhatsApp group, they were doing chanting in the night, they were doing prayers, and I was just thinking like maybe they are not aware of the situation, they haven't been to mountains. But then when the news came, then I was reflecting on past 3 days, how the positive energy of so many people around the world were just praying for Anurag, and now he's here again in front of us. So Anurag, I want you to slightly give more details about that incident because I think it's linked to safety also. And do you remember when you were inside the crevasse? So So these, so I think you can take a whole 1 hour, maybe you can tell the whole story. You can do the whole story in this session, but I think Rajiv ji will not permit it. But maybe in a crisp, it's a task for you how you can summarize the whole thing. And yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Hemant.
Tell the situation. क्या होता है वहाँ पे actually?
So, you know, just to add to what Hemant and Bhushan Bhai was saying, mountaineers were the first ones to give up on me because they know the reality of the mountains. They have been there just too many times. They understand how difficult it would be for anyone to survive. And the Brazilian climber who saw me falling when I spoke to him, you know, to interview him for the book, and he's like, I still don't believe that, you know, how do you survive because I saw you falling with this back of your head. And there was just absolute pin drop silence. I shouted, screamed your name and all of that. There was just pin drop silence. I thought you were dead on the impact itself. So then that is the kind of reality I've had a big fall on the blue ice, basically. You know, so I was crossing this, they call it the most dangerous section of Annapurna between Camp 3 and Camp 2. And I was crossing that section, and suddenly at one point when I had to rappel down, I picked the rope, and that rope was a broken rope. I mistakenly picked that broken rope, and I had a big fall on the surface. पहले surface पे, and then उसके बाद ऐसे घूमते घूमते I entered the mouth of a crevasse. And then उसके बाद कहाँ गया किसी को नहीं पता. No one could see me on the surface. ऊपर से कुछ दिख ही नहीं रहा, basically. ये गया कहाँ? And that's where all the efforts started. People started making. वहाँ पे शेरपा, वहाँ पे climbers, and everyone started doing their bit. And then weather, all of those challenges, and then somehow 3 days have passed already. Governments have come together, armies have been mobilized. You know, I wear Garmin, तो Garmin के founder को reach out कर लिया. Apple CEO Tim Cook was in India. Everyone was reached out, ministers, you know, all of them were mobilized. But more than that, how all of that happened because my family did not really give up on me. They believed I would survive. My friends joined forces. So many strangers joined forces. Thousands of people came together over those 3 days, 72 hours, to get me rescued. From all over the world. People from 60 different countries were there. There were so many WhatsApp groups were formed. And one WhatsApp group had even more than thousands of people. Someone is taking care of media management. Someone is taking care of arranging carbon dioxide detectors, thermal scanners, heat scanners, drone cameras. You know, coordinating with Garmin in US, coordinating with ministers. All sorts of mobilization, community mobilization is happening. Basically, all the things that I was doing in my life is now really happening and unfolding for me, even from inside the crevasse. And when you see all of this, you know, when people ask me like, how did I even survive that time there? I have no, you know, conscious memory of that time. And probably that's the body's way of protecting me from that trauma. But at the same time, you know, I have recorded my videos inside the crevasse that I have seen. After coming back home, after 6 months, 7 months of the incident, when I was home, you know, in December, I saw them. And I recorded my videos throughout those periods, you know, all the 3 days. And that's how I know I was conscious for all the 3 days. Because all the videos were recorded at different timestamps, at different part of the day, sometimes in morning, afternoon, in evenings. And that's why I'm like 17, 18, 19, I was really conscious. And the last evening on 19th, probably a big avalanche came and fully covered me under the snow. And that's the position that I was found in. So when I saw those videos, one thing that really stood out for me was also I stayed hopeful throughout those 3 days. I'm telling myself a lot of positive stories of hope. I'm cooking stories of probable rescue that will happen for me. And I'm telling that, you know, people would come to rescue me. In those videos, that's what, you know, you'll see me saying. And there was one last video that I recorded in which I actually said goodbye to my family and friends. Not because I thought I will die, just because my GoPro battery was dying. And that was the last video that I recorded, just saying goodbye, just in case, you know, see you on the other side. But in a nutshell, the positive approach, and also I think just when I now reflect on everything, it's all the training, it's all the preparation, it's all that I have put in since 2020, 2019, 2020 onwards, till my expedition. Every year, I'm a working professional. I'm not a professional mountaineer. It's my passion, it's my hobby. I don't do it every day for my living. I'm a working professional, so how do you find time? I come from Rajasthan. I have not grown up in any mountain region. So running is what helped me train so much. I used to run. मैं airports पे भी run करता हूँ. I've done 2 half marathons at Qatar airport, just on my transit to South Korea. I'm like, every opportunity I would get, I used to run and train myself. I've done, starting from 1 kilometers to up to 50 kilometers, ultra marathons in desert. All the training, if I have to do today 5 kilometers, I would end up doing 10 kilometers. If I'm supposed to do 10 kilometers, I would end up doing 50. So it's always the training, always going that extra mile, going that extra edge. You know, in training myself has allowed me to get that confidence. But also a lot of technical mountains and climbing over the continuous period of time. You know, I live at a, sea level, almost 400 meter pe Rajasthan mein, you know. How do you train? So mere liye to Ladakh was my training ground, my home ground. I'll work from there. I will train every day in the morning. I would move there for months. At least 2.5 से 3 महीने मैं लद्दाख में हूँ, लेह में हूँ. मैं रोज 3300 किलोमीटर, 3300 मीटर से 4100, 4200 मीटर तक बैकपैक लेके मेरा 15 से 20 किलो होगा. ट्रेन करूँगा ऊपर नीचे जाके, कभी 1 बार, कभी 2 बार. I'll come back and rest of the day I would work. So that was my training. So at the end of the day, body की भी एक अपनी muscle memory build हो रही है. You know, what mind doesn't remember, your body remembers. And शायद वो हुआ है. So all of that training is probably what kept me going, and also just the positive mindset, the approach I have in life is looking at the glass half full rather than the glass half empty, is probably kept me going. And that's why, alongside the prayers of the word, the rescuers, incredible bravery and courage, my doctors, incredible support, my family, friends and strangers, not giving up on me, but more than anything else, it's the mountain that gave me that second chance, that protected me, kept me alive, showed me the path, you know, gave me the guidance to hold on to that hope. Thank you.
Thanks, Anurag, for sharing the story. I think when we talk about resilience, अगर कुछ सालों बाद resilience का कुछ synonym या पर्यायवाची निकलेगा तो उसको अनुराग दूसरा word बोल सकते हैं, because I think the ultimate resilience, 1 out of 1 million maybe that and I think where he is today. So Bhushan, so now we'll move on to the next section where we talk more about the safety, we talk about the fitness. That for the mountaineering, fitness is a key component, and everyone shared about their experience of whether it's their things from karate, like be it their endurance or a cardio or a strength training, how it helped, and then the mental toughness around it. But also the safety plays a key role, because when we go into the outdoors, there is a risk, there is a lot of risk, right? And then you have to be aware about your whole systems, how you are taking care of yourself, then the chances of a success and coming back alive increase tremendously. So Bhushan, you work with the Gri Premi Club and it has a very rich legacy, right? So in your institution where you take beginners to the outdoor, beginners to a trekking programs, how the safety plays a key role or whether it plays a central role in the overall operations?
Yes, absolutely. Very rightly said by Hemant that safety is a key role or safety plays a key role in mountaineering because एक छोटा सा मैं किस्सा बताऊंगा 2012 की बात है आपको लगेगा थोड़ी बहुत ही पुरानी बातें बता रहा है लेकिन वही आज तक भी सारे माउंटेनियर्स एग्री करेंगे 2012 में इन आवर कैंप मतलब हमारे साइड में एक दूसरा कैंप होता था फॉरेनर्स का जिसमें एक आया था फोटोग्राफर एंड ही इज़ अ रिनाउंड फोटोग्राफर जिसका नाम है डेविड ब्रशर्स Okay, David Brashears was there staying in the next to our tent. So when we were going for our summit attempt, David Brashears came to our tent to wish us the luck. और उसने क्या किया हमारे डाइनिंग टेंट के बाहर एक ऐसे लाइन निकाला उसके वॉकिंग स्टिक था हाथ में वॉकिंग स्टिक से ही जस्ट ड्रू अ लाइन एंड उसने हम सबको बोला कि नाउ यू आर गोइंग फॉर योर समिट अटेम्प्ट बट व्हाट इज योर समिट यू थिंक इज इट देयर ऑन द टॉप एक मिनट के लिए सब शांति हो गया फिर उसी ने बोला नो इट इज दिस लाइन व्हेन यू गो देयर एंड अगेन कम बैक एंड क्रॉस दिस लाइन दैट विल बी योर समिट सो उसने ये बताने की कोशिश की जो एवरीवन वुड एग्री दैट माउंटेन से हम माउंटेन में जब जाते हैं तो माउंटेन्स में देयर आर इनहेरिटेंट रिस्क अंदर रिस्क है मैं खुद 3-4 बार एवलांच में फंसा हूँ 2-3 बार रॉक फॉल हुआ है एक रॉक सर पे गिरा है हेलमेट टूटा है ये सब चीजें होती है जो अपने कंट्रोल में नहीं है फिर भी व्हाट इज देयर लाइक अभी अनुराग ने कहा या अन्मेष ने कहा कि जो हमारे दिमाग में पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड अगर हो कि हमें बचना है तो हम बचते हैं लेकिन सिर्फ एटीट्यूड से काम नहीं चलेगा एक्ट भी वैसे होना चाहिए जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल जब हेलमेट पे मेरे रॉक गिरा और हेलमेट टूटा इमेजिन करो अगर हेलमेट नहीं होता तो आई वुडंट हैव बीन अलाइव क्योंकि ऐसे किस्से हुए हमारे ही एक्सपीडिशन में कोई और शेरपा थे जो क्रिवास क्रॉस कर रहे थे जो आपने फोटो में देखा होगा लैडर जिसमें क्रॉस कर रहे थे तो क्रिवास क्रॉस करते करते दो साइड में रोप्स लगी रहती हैं और एक सेल्फ एंकर होता है कमर में जो आपको उसमें लगाना होता है कहीं कहीं फॉरेनर्स 2 सेल्फ एंकर्स लगाते हैं एक राइट वाला एक लेफ्ट वाले में तो वो शेरपा है 10-12 बार क्लाइंब किया होगा थोड़ा सा केयरलेस या थोड़ा सा टायर्ड हुआ होगा बट वाइल रिटर्निंग ही फॉरगॉट टू क्लिप दैट सेल्फ एंकर और जो स्पाइक्स होते हैं मेटल के क्रैम्पॉन्स वो लैडर में अटक गए एंड देन ही फेल इन द क्रिवास डाइड ऑन द स्पॉट तो ये एकदम छोटी सी चीज है जो वो मिस कर गया दैट सेफ्टी में हम ये सिखाते हैं कि ईच एंड एवरी एक्ट शुड बी सेफ एक्ट सेफ्टी शुड बिकम योर सेकेंड नेचर जब माउंटेनियरिंग हम लोग सिखाते हैं कोई भी आप अभी यंग माउंटेनियर्स हो जब भी आप अपने माउंटेनियरिंग करियर में आगे बढ़ोगे तो हमेशा हमेशा सेफ्टी शुड बी ऑन द टॉप मैं 2012 में एवरेस्ट समिट नहीं कर पाया बिकॉज ऑफ द सेफ्टी रीजन आई हैड टू कम डाउन इन 2013 आई वेंट अगेन एंड आई समिटेड सो समिट इज नॉट इम्पॉर्टेंट सेफ रिटर्न इज इम्पॉर्टेंट यही अगर अंडरलाइन कर ले लाइन तो मेरे ख्याल से सब केवल भी ही हैज ऑल्सो अटेम्प्टेड मेनी पीक्स ट्वाइस ही हैज लेफ्ट हिज अटेम्प्ट जस्ट 100 मीटर्स बिकॉज ऑफ सेफ्टी रीजन तो सेफ्टी का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंस है और इसके लिए आपको ट्रेनिंग लेना जरूरी है जैसे TSAF है TSAF में टाटा स्टील आपके बहुत ही नज़दीक है जो भी यहाँ पे लोकल्स हैं आपको इसमें ट्रेनिंग लेना चाहिए कोर्सेज करना चाहिए फिर आप बेसिक माउंटेनियरिंग कोर्स में जाओ उत्तरकाशी में है मनाली में है हिमाचल में है हिमालयन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ माउंटेनियरिंग है तो ये सारा ट्रेनिंग करने के बाद क्या होता है कि आपको सेफ्टी के बारे में पता चलता है और जब आप सेफ्टी करते हो तो यस वंस यू आर नोन अबाउट सेफ्टी आपको पूरा सेफ्टी आ गया उसके बाद माउंटेनियरिंग जैसा मजा बाकी कहीं भी नहीं मिलेगा बिकॉज यू कैन रीच टू अ प्लेसेस जैसे आप कल केव्स में देखा ऐसी ऐसी जगह पे आप पहुंच सकते हो अगर आपको टेक्निक पता हो अगर आपको ट्रेनिंग हो कि जहां पे नॉर्मल लोग नहीं जा सकते आप वर्ल्ड के सबसे हाईएस्ट पॉइंट से दुनिया देख सकते हो अगर आपको सेफ्टी का पता हो तो इसलिए सेफ्टी प्लेज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल अकॉर्डिंग टू मी और इसके लिए ट्रेनिंग इज द ओनली ऑप्शन और इसलिए ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा ट्रेनिंग होना चाहिए और मैं राजीव जी और सत्यादा इधर हैं हम लोग भी प्लान कर रहे हैं कि अगर कुछ ट्रेनिंग में हम भी कंट्रीब्यूट कर सके जो कि यहाँ पे आके हम ट्रेनिंग कर सके बच्चों के लिए या कॉलेज गोइंग किड्स के लिए अलॉन्ग विद TSAF तो इट विल बी आवर ऑनर आवर प्लेजर सो थैंक यू वेरी मच सर
थैंक्स भूषण आई थिंक आपने एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट जो चीज़ बताया कि सेफ्टी एंड सेफ्टी फॉर द पार्टिसिपेंट और कई बार हम एज अ पार्ट ऑफ टाटा स्टील एडवेंचर फाउंडेशन एज अ पार्ट ऑफ टाटा स्टील जब when we go like when we mountaineers ourselves, जब हम expedition पे आते हैं तो हमारा जो safety tolerance होता है it's very different when we take the participants with us, because at that time whenever we feel it's a slight risk, I think that even in the evening, last evening you were sharing the same thing, कि आप उसी वक्त बोलते हैं कि आपको शायद नीचे आना चाहिए, maybe because as per the participants profile, as per their experience, the safety tolerance also changes, and as a maybe the instructor or the leader of that group, you have to take those calls, right? And so one is about setting the process, and also the I think equipments and the gears which we use, we also it also plays a role. Keval, after your mountaineering expedition, I think apart from expeditions, you are also trying to build an organization focusing on it. So maybe if you can throw some more light on it.
Rightly said, you know, mountaineering is an extreme sport where we are going in extreme conditions. For example, if I talk about the temperature on Everest or any other peak which is above 8,000 meters, it varies from minus 30 degrees Celsius to minus 60 degrees Celsius, depending on the weather and the day. And at the same time, when we come lower, for example, when we go in the Western Cumb, that is between Camp 1 and Camp 2, in the daytime, the temperature rises up to 35 to 40 degrees Celsius, positive. You won't even imagine, एक moment पे it is so cold and एक moment पे it is so hot. So there is a huge difference in temperature. And to sustain that, special gear is made and crafted. So for example, if I'm climbing, I cannot wear my normal trek pant and go there. So there is a special Gore-Tex material pant that is to be used, which has that minimum temperature bearing capacity. So I would say that, you know, there is a body which is known as UIA, internationally certified, and it tests all the gear before putting it to the market. So whenever you are going for an expedition or whenever you are planning of doing a trek, invest in that good gear, because that small compromise can lead to a major accident. Your gloves are very important, or else, you know, it can prone to frostbites. Your socks, there are different types of socks that are helpful. So that gear is already been to 100 test and it is certified. Only then it is been available to the mountaineers. So you have a very big catalog. You can see the material and everything. And I think everybody should make sure that they use a certified and a proper tested gear, so that it increases your life shell and also it increases your confidence and variability in the mountain.
About the systems. So small things in mountain, your sunglasses, your mittens, your summit gloves, socks, all of this can make a difference, right? Satyajit, I think we are running maybe last 5 minutes. So last question to you, and then we'll have a quick rapid fire. Any situation where you remember that with your experience you converted a danger into a safe thing?
Okay, I have few like examples. I'll share one. After having a bit more experience in mountains, I like from past 2 years I have been leading groups also. तो हम लोग Mount Lenin में lead कर रहे थे, and there was one climber who was not good. She felt ill, and it was like कि उसको वापस जाना था. मैं already submit करके आ चुका था, and then my team member उन लोग submit के लिए निकल गए, तो I was alone with her, और my task was to get her down. So I'll explain how fitness and equipment, what he said, helps in this. तो उसका knowledge होना चाहिए, आपको पता होना चाहिए आपका equipment कितना strength hold कर सकता है, तभी आप उसको use कर पाओगे, otherwise you will not be confident. तो एक vertical section आया जहाँ पे हमें rappel करके नीचे उतरना था, and she was in no condition to rappel. और चूँकि मेरा team submit करने जा रहा था तो वो लोग rope ले गए थे, मेरे पास rope नहीं था. तो initial assessment था कि चलो हम लोग will wait. But then AMS started hitting her and she started talking differently. We all know how it happens. And then I was like, I have to do something. कुछ तो करना ही है, otherwise things will turn very ugly. And Lenin इतना technical peak नहीं है, but it can be windy. तो wind काफी था. Lenin cold काफी हो जाता है because it's quite high up in the latitude. And that vertical section मैंने 2-3 बार check किया, and then I had my Jumar. Now Jumar was of very good high quality, rappel everything. I always use very high quality stuff. I don't compromise. तो मैंने उसको अपने से I tied up with a sling, और एक rappel पे with her hanging down, I rappelled down. तो वो तभी हो पाया जब मैं मतलब उतना fitness पे हम लोगों ने ध्यान दिया है और equipment पे भी control है. Otherwise तो you will not have the confidence to do something like that. So yes, that day I also felt very good जब मैं नीचे ले गया कि yes, I did something today, you know, worthwhile, because वो vertical section काफी steep था. So yeah, that was an instant.
So सेफ्टी एक और चीज़ जो मेरे को पर्सनली लगा कि व्हेन वी गो टू द माउंटेन्स हम इतना ज़्यादा अलर्ट रहते हैं, अवेयरनेस आता है. इफ़ वी कैन गेट इट व्हेन वंस वी आर बैक एंड इफ़ वी कैन इम्प्लीमेंट इन आवर डेली लाइफ, लाइक व्हेन नॉर्मली even like wearing a seat belt or wearing a helmet while going on a bike ride or a scooter can play a key difference, right? Because there are a lot of accidents. Sometimes it feels roads are more dangerous than the mountains because the overall movement is much higher than the mountains. So we'll close the session. We'll have quick fire round. So maybe we can start from this. And whatever word is coming on in your mind, you can start. Okay, and you have to give answer. Favorite activity to keep yourself fit?
In mountain.
Favorite activity?
Push-ups.
Fit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Push-ups.
Push-ups. Okay.
Running.
Running.
Hill climb.
Running.
I would say jumps like burpees.
Squats.
Fitness role model.
Bruce Lee.
Sorry, I don't have one. If that's an answer.
You can tell my name. Sorry.
Okay, Uli Steak was an alpine climber. Uli Steak.
Kilian Jornet.
Renault Messner.
Usain Bolt.
Okay. Cheat meal. Cheat meal.
मैं बोलूँगा. बहुत सारे हैं, but पानी पूरी.
Oh, cheat. Yeah, pani puri, obviously, no doubt.
It's a muri mixture and bhaji. Mixture.
Okay. Dal bati.
Vada pav.
Pizza.
Pizza. Okay. Thanks everyone for the patient hearing. And just to close the session, I think we started with a warm-up, so let's. So I would like. So we'll not do the cool down, but I would urge everyone to close your eyes. Close your eyes. Yes. Yes, I know. So please close your eyes and reflect on the whole day, how it went. Maybe you can do some deep breaths. Breathe is for more staying calm under pressure. So take 3 deep breaths. Believe in your inner strength and the mindset. And push for resilience and action despite discomfort. Now you all can open your eyes. And thank you everyone. Thank you i3 Foundation for bringing us all here.